and welcome to Port Vila in Vanuatu, which provided the stage for the opening match of the 2018 OFC Champions League. My name is Glenn Lama. In this edition of OFC Monthly, we recap the group stages of Oceania's premier club football competition and check out the draw for the quarterfinals. And we chat to some of the stars of the tournament and visit a Just Play festival in Vanuatu. But let's kick off at Port Vila's Korman Stadium, where Nalkutan FC hosted Group A rivals Ley City Dwellers, Tupapa Marairenga and Bar FC. In the opening match, qualifier winners Tupapa Marairenga from the Cook Islands were hoping to make their return to the group stage after a 17-year absence, a remarkable occasion. However, Ley City Dwellers were also desperate to create history by qualifying for the knockout stage of the tournament for the first time in the club's history. Led by captain Raymond Gunemba and prolific striker Nigel Dubin-Yaba, the Papua New Guineans produced a clinical performance to put Alex Napa's team to the sword with a resounding 7-2 victory. All eyes were on local favourites Nalkutan FC and Fiji's Bar FC in the second encounter of the day. Following a nervous start, Nalkutan had found their feet on the regional stage, putting their more experienced opponents under plenty of pressure. And the debutants were rewarded in the 64th minute when a handball from Malakai Tiwa that prevented a goal-scoring opportunity in the Bar penalty area earned him his second yellow card, and Nalkutan a penalty. James Naka stepped up to slot home from the spot to secure his side an historic win. Ley City Dwellers opened match day 2 at Korman Stadium, knowing their victory over Bar FC would guarantee their spot in the quarter-final. The Fijians were also determined to keep their Champions League hopes alive. But despite a well-organised defensive performance, they couldn't prevent Tutuzamo Tanito from scoring the decisive goal.
Ley City finally break through.
In the evening encounter, Nalkutan were strong favourites to defeat Tupapa Marairenga and join Ley City in the knockout stage. The shuffled Tupapa showed plenty of improvement to stem the flow of goals that saw them conceding 7 times in their opening encounter. The home side was made to work hard for their 1-0 first half lead before putting the result beyond any doubt with 3 second half goals against the tiring defence of the Cook Island champions. On the final match day in Group A, the showdown between the two already eliminated teams saw Bar FC prevailing over Tupapa Marairenga 4-1 to lift themselves off the bottom of the table.
It slid in and Nabenia gets the hat-trick.
In the evening match, OFC Champions League debutants Nalkutan used their home ground advantage to produce a convincing second half performance and overcome Ley City Dwellers 4-1 to top the group and earn the right to host a quarter-final.
Put it away! Nalkutan take the lead. Barely a minute and 20 seconds after the restart in this awkward game, and now Nalkutan have opened Ley up. Chance, and that is a brilliant goal for the hat-trick. In the last minute, Azariah Soroman with a finish of supreme quality, and that, as they say, is that.
Boys, congratulations. A home quarter-final awaits Nalkutan on their debut in the OFC Champions League. I imagine you're a very happy man right now.
Yeah, we played here. We came out happy. That's why we ask our boys for every day we need to win our game, because we have been prepared this team on a very short time period, but we believe in ourselves, and today we win our last game to bring another game here in Vanuatu. So that's what our supporters want, or everybody want here to be playing in here.
Tupapa Marairenga midfielder Jeffrey Strickland had to endure a difficult period in his burgeoning football career following an horrific hip injury that kept him out of the game until his recent return. The midfielder was delighted to be back on the regional stage.
I was out for a while, quite a while. Last time I played in this level was back in 2000. 13. Was in American Samoa first stage preliminary round, and after that, 2 years later, went to New Zealand for the men's Cook Islands men's national team. Went for trials, and then I got injured pretty bad, and I was out for a while. Now that I'm back, it feels really good. Good to be back, play with the boys, good experience. Went to American Samoa again for the first round. We qualified, we won that.
Goal for Kupapa, number 9, Jeffrey Strickland.
We're here now in Port Vila, second stage. We played Lay City Dwellers. Was a good experience, most of us anyways. And for the young ones, it's good exposure, experience for them to take back home for the competition there. But personally for me, it was a long time coming. I haven't been playing this level in a while, so I'm starting to get back into football now for the club and for Cook Islands. Quick game, fast pace. Boys pretty fit. Our boys, well, like you said, level is very different. So it's really good for us coming here and to see what the level is like, because this is the next stage, you know. The higher you go, the harder it gets. So yeah, it's really good to see what it's like now compared to before. Yeah. Playing as a team, fitness-wise, and the pace. So yeah, it's really different here compared to level in Cook Islands. So from what we've seen so far, we have to take back to Cook Islands and apply that in the football there. It's totally different. Pretty much not just a club, it's a family. Bunch of boys, like brothers, and coming here, it's a good experience for us. So we get along well. I mean, even though we have a couple of boys from home, we have some boys from Cook Islands, New Zealand as well, but we come together as a family. It's good.
Following his first professional contract with Penang in the Malaysian Super League, prolific marksman Nigel Dubin Yaba's return to Lay City Dwellers has been welcomed by his teammates and fans alike. Papua New Guinea international is also happy to be reunited with his former club.
It's been a while, 1 year away. I really miss the boys so much. They're like my brothers, so I've got some new options, contracts I had, but I have to leave them and come back because I really miss the boys, playing alongside them. That's why I had to come back and play with the boys. Professional level, it's quite different, but looking at the way the game is played back there, and it's quite similar, but you get so many players from different countries that makes so much difference during the game. Yeah, like players from South America and players from Europe. Yeah, so it's quite tough out there, but I'm happy I'm back here. Yeah, looking at it, when you play in the like highest level of football, it improves your skill, speed, the way you think and move when you're with the ball, when you're without the ball, and yeah, it helps me so much. 1 year away and coming back here, it really helped me as a player, learning so much when I'm in the professional league, and now I'm here again. Yeah. It was really tough for me because of the food, the lifestyle, the language. But I really tried to cope up with the environment, with the people around, and they were so welcoming, and they really helped. But I tend to go out, do shopping, and get some food where I used to eat back home. Yeah, so couldn't really have so many Papua New Guineans there, but I was the only one living in that state. But I really tried to work with the people and my teammates and just enjoy my footy there. Yeah.
Stade Patea in Papeete provided the stage for Group B rivals Arakawa Golden Star, Solomon Warriors, AS Lossie and their Tahitian hosts AS Dragon. Vanuatu's Arakawa Golden Star got their campaign off to the best possible start by securing a 2-0 win over a 10-man Solomon Warriors to kick off proceedings in the group.
That was a superb goal. And they might do that straight away. Caltech! 2-0!
In the evening match kick-off, host club AS Dragon had also taken full advantage of their numerical advantage following the dismissal of Lossie defender Warren Psycho. The hosts scored 4 unanswered goals in the second half against their opponent from New Caledonia.
AS Dragon finally arrive, and it's Tamatoa to Tauira with the tribute to Marama Vairua.
Solomon Warriors roared back into quarterfinal contention with an impressive 6-1 win over AS Lossie in a must-win match for both sides. The result kept the Solomon Islanders' Champions League dream well and truly alive, but it left the New Caledonians with nothing but pride to play for in their final Group B encounter.
And it's in the back of the net, and the Solomon Warriors wrapping things up.
In the evening clash, AS Dragon and Arakawa Golden Star produced one of the most thrilling matches in the tournament's history. The league changed hands 3 times in a pulsating clash. With hardly any time left on the clock, it was looking like victory for the Vanuatu club until AS Dragon captain Tamatoa Te Tauira scored twice in stoppage time to steal the points.
The 5th minute of additional time. AS Dragon have won an absolute thriller in Tahiti. They have beaten Arakawa Golden Star by 4 goals to 3 in an absolute classic.
A 4-goal victory for Golden Star over Lossie on the final match day would have been enough to book a quarter-final place, regardless of the result in the second match, but the New Caledonians had other ideas. By producing their best performance of the tournament, the club from Noumea held the team from Vanuatu to a 2-2 draw.
Arakawa Golden Star have climbed into second place for the moment.
Having seen Arakawa drop points earlier in the day, Moses Tuata's Warriors side could have progressed with a draw. However, the Solomon Islanders knew that a 2-goal winning margin would earn them a quarter-final in Honiara. Warriors did secure a 2-1 win over the hosts, but they couldn't find that additional goal needed to leapfrog Dragon at the top of the table and claim a home quarter-final.
Both teams have made it through.
We wanted to win because we need to qualify. So the boys did what we wanted, and I think it's the sheer determination that took us through the game. We fight for every space, we fight for every ball, and that's what happens. The result was, I'm very happy with the result.
Fiji's Lautoka FC defeated a depleted Madang FC side 3-1 to kick off proceedings in Group C at Auckland's Trusts Arena. Despite the defeat, it was a spirited performance from the Papua New Guineans, who overcame disruptions to their build-up due to visa issues to make the Fijian champions work hard for their 3 points. In the second match of the day, 9-time champions Auckland City FC began their OFC Champions League title defence with a 7-0 thrashing of AS Venus to send out an ominous warning to their rivals. Auckland were in dominant form from start to finish, with Emiliano Tade leading the scoring with a hat-trick. AS Venus were desperate to take the quarter-final race to the final match day and looked on course to do so when Renui Tahau scored inside the opening 5 minutes against Lautoka. But the Fijians responded through Samuela Ndrundru, who scored 2 second-half goals, including a dramatic 92nd minute winner to guarantee one of the 2 quarter-final spots on offer in Group C. Auckland proved too strong for Madang, brushing aside the Papua New Guinean team 5-0 to join Lautoka in the next stage and set up a top-of-the-table showdown with the Fijians.
That is expert finishing.
In a battle between Group C's two previously winless teams, Tahiti's AS Venus edged Madang FC from Papua New Guinea 2-1 to finish the tournament on a relative high note. Now the substitute comes forward, Taputua Rai. Pinakin Labra to Howard's through, the flag takes down. There is the winner maybe for AS Venus. The team in blue raised their arms. Meanwhile, in the all-important top-of-the-table clash, Auckland City FC edged past 10-man Lautoka to book a home quarter-final. It took Auckland City until the 70th minute to break down a well-organised Lautoka defence and confirm themselves as Group C winners. And there is the goal, and who else? Emiliano Tane. This game to secure a top spot in Group C by beating Lautoka 1-0.
I mean, Lautoka are a good team. They dropped off. They reduced the space in between lines and we're very deep, parked the bus, so that's always going to make your life very difficult.
Emiliano Tade is one of Auckland City's most lethal strikers. The Argentinian, who holds the all-time goal-scoring record in New Zealand's ISPS Hunter Premiership, is more motivated than ever to contribute once again to the Navy Blues title defence.
Obviously at the beginning you feel desperate, you know, to get on the pitch, probably because you just love football. But then looking nowadays back on time, I think that probably it was the right decision, you know, and it's what I needed to, you know, to mature, to learn and to get some experience. And yeah, the good thing is, I guess, just being on your toes is what it counts, you know.
Here's a shot, and there is the first goal. It's Emiliano Tane. It is apt that he gets it. He's been in outstanding goal season or goal scoring form all season. 14 games this season, 14 goals, and Auckland
I guess it's just a bonus. Obviously, I wasn't aware of the numbers, of the stats, and then suddenly everything came up on media or to my teammates. I guess at the end of the day, it's an extra motivation, you know. But it's just numbers. Losing Raisa was a big thing for the team, obviously, and for the partnership, you know, and just probably he was one of those players that I understood the most in like all my life, and Callum's got that special thing that you can understand like without talking sometimes, you know, and just the fact that you share the same probably like knowledge in football or the way you want to play. Sometimes it makes it easier. And yeah, he's just starting obviously his career. He's very young and he already proved that he will be on the top.
It's a great ball from White to Tade, and quick as a flash. It's a hat-trick for Emiliano Tade.
It will be very tough as every old league that we play. We already know and we experienced in the past, and yeah, just the fact that it's a completely different competition and different style of football, it makes it harder, you know, just for the fact that we play completely different things. And yeah, it will be tough, and old league obviously brings something special to the game.
Next to the Solomon Islands in Honiara's Lawson Tama Stadium, where Marist FC hosted Team Wellington from New Zealand, qualifier runners-up Lupe Ole Soanga from Samoa, and New Caledonia's AS Magenta. The Noumea-based club was made to work hard by the Samoan champions in their Group D opener before securing a 2-0 victory.
That's a well-timed run. A chance for Magenta to double the lead, and they have.
In the day's second match, all eyes were on the matchup between hosts Marist and Group D favourites Team Wellington, who played out a thrilling 1-1 draw in front of 12,000 vocal fans.
Team Wellington have a problem. This is a chance for Marist. It's ended up in the back of the net. And Lawson Sama has Yes, he rocked it. Successful in doing, but possibilities now. Oh, what a goal! Team Wellington back in it.
After struggling to find their composure in front of goal against Marist FC, Team Wellington had no such trouble in their next match against Lupe Ole Soanga. A clinical performance from the men from New Zealand saw them cruise to a 7-1 win over the Samoan champions. And in the late match, Marist were hoping to build on their impressive performance against Team Wellington, while Magenta were desperate to continue their winning run. In the end, however, the two sides were forced to settle for a 1-1 draw to set up a tense final match day.
Oh, it's a shot. Oh, how good was that?
Although they went into their final Group D match against AS Magenta as firm favourites, Team Wellington were given a fright early on. The New Zealanders levelled in the 37th minute to go into the break locked at 1 apiece. Wellington came out in the second half with intent, scoring 4 unanswered goals to secure top spot and home ground advantage in the quarter-finals.
Delighted. I think it was, we knew it was going to be a big challenge to come over here to, acclimatise and lastly face, 3 good teams. And I think it's been evident all 3 games that the level and the intensity and the quality of the Champions League is raising every year. And I was really pleased with the way we topped the week off today.
With Magenta suffering a heavy loss at the hands of Team Wellington, Marist needed only to beat Lupe Ole Soanga to secure their tickets to the quarter-finals. But the Samoans were determined to make their hosts work hard for the points. With the sides locked at 1-1 with less than 30 minutes to go, the Solomon Islanders had to draw on all of their resources to eventually overcome their opponents 3-1. Marist's hard-fought win saw them through to the knockout stage of the OFC Champions League for the first time in their club's history as the Group D runners-up.
We know that this one is a bit tough. I know the easy game you play, the harder it will be. But we want to get the 3 points. I know even though they are hard, but we will still win.
The official draw for the knockout stage of the tournament was held at the OFC Academy in Auckland, New Zealand, and 4 enticing encounters await when the competition returns in April. Group D winners Team Wellington will host Papua New Guinea club champions and Group A runners-up Ley City. Solomon Warriors, runners-up in Group B, will travel to New Zealand to play reigning champions Auckland City FC at Kiwitea Street. After topping Group B, AS Dragon will host Fiji club Lautoka FC, who finished behind Auckland City in Group C, while Marist FC's second place finish in Group D means the Solomon Islanders will travel to Vanuatu to face Group A winners Nal Kutan FC. Korman Stadium, the host of the opening group match of this year's OFC Champions League, has also staged another significant activity on the opening match day. Prior to the first match getting underway, a group of kids from Mele and Arakor villages were the first to test the pitch conditions with a Just Play festival.
I like football because it makes me fun. My friends, I must respect them and respect my families, my dad and my mother and my teachers. I like it. Healthy food make you strong, give you power, and yes, I enjoy it.
You can see in their faces and how their reaction inside here, just like it's a new environment to them, and here is so new to them. So it's just like they're enjoying everything that in the moment of the program that we executed. They're just enjoying it until the end. They are from our local community, so we have them from Mele village and Arakor village. So these 2 villages are the one that we brought them in today for the festival. I think, yeah, the kids are like the environment there in Irakor is just like football, and in fact, I have been with them for about 10 years. So mending them from the kids up to the premiers and then back down and just walking this way. That's why they have the love, the passion of it. Some of the kids are already the stars now. They are already in the ones that I was with them in 2010 and 2009. They're already in the Premier League. We can tell that it's a pathway and it's a must that we have to consider. They have been learning basics through the Just Play program until through stages they reach the Premier League, and that is when like Golden Star actually is a real model of what we are implementing today.
I like to show the boys how my techniques. Favorite football and yes, I make a lot of new friends, boys and girls, and I learn a lot.
I enjoy I learn about how to respect, how to eat healthy food all the time, and how to play. Like respect, we don't have to fight or swear, love each other. And healthy food, we have to eat healthy food every day. They tell me when there's a folk call, and when you put the point in, when you score a point in a healthy food goal, then you have a 2. But when in the junk food goal, then you have a 1.
The only thing is the messages that we want them to have, so that when they came out to Premier, they have to be instilled in their mind. Well, with these kids, because now they are forming their own peer groups in the village, so they are not associating them again with the ones that are doing things wrongly in the village. So now they are forming peer groups in the village, which is they keep out from actually what is not good in the community.
When you play, they can select you to overseas, and you can win prizes like trophies, money.
Yes, really it works. Yeah, it works.
And that's our program for now, but join us again next month for more stories from the world of Oceania's football. Goodbye for now.